All right, welcome back. So we're going to continue reading this book. I've been enjoying it so far. It's cleared some things up for me. So let's pull up the place I'm reading it, which is Kindle, and move to the bookmark that I have. So if we go to notes here, we could filter it out for bookmarks and then click on the bookmark. So I'm on page 46. All right, so foundation model use cases. If you're not already building AI applications, I hope the previous section has convinced you that now is a great time to do so. If you have an application in mind, you might want to jump ahead to planning AI applications. If you're looking for inspiration, this section covers a wide range of industry proven and promising use cases. So I do have an application in mind. Let me briefly talk about it. If anyone's watching and wants to steal my idea, please do. But just let me use it because this is for my own I've been wanting this really badly. So there's there's one thing called Music XML. So Music XML is a XML based file format for representing Western musical notation. The format is open, fully documented, can be freely used under the W3C Community Final Specification Agreement. So it's basically like LaTeX. If anyone's heard of LaTeX, um, LaTeX is a software system for typesetting documents, and the thing that LaTeX really excels in is it can do mathematical equations and make it very clear the mathematical equations. So it's kind of like that. You can do music and make it very clear the music and put it in the middle of documents. I think it might not be exactly like that, but if it isn't exactly like that, it'd be great if I could make it exactly like that, or even do music in latex. Can you do musical notation in latex? You can create musical notation by using dedicated packages like music.ly. Okay, so this is good to know. Yeah, because this might not exactly be like latex, but it looks like you can use latex itself and do that. So here's the page for that. Let's go to the README. The README is embedded in this pop-up here. Let's see if there's some examples or something. Uh, there aren't any. Oh, here's the repository. Let's go straight to the repository. Okay, symbols for writing music with PDF latex. So you can make a PDF writing music um, with the musography package. Uh, okay, so yeah, this is how you do it. Perfect. Yeah, more pages. This probably has a lot of pages. I wish I could tell how many pages this had. So far it has 5 pages, but oh, it only has 9 pages. Okay, so you can see how this works. Uh, Let me see. Okay, walk. Um, let me see here. Let me edit the file. Oh, I have to fork it to edit it. I just want I just want to feed it into the LLM. Maybe I can just download this one file. Yeah, download the one raw file into my downloads. Go to the LLM, upload it. From downloads, uh, musicology. Oh, I gotta, I think, flip over to all files. There we go. So now I can open that. Oh, it must be it must, so it's in the wrong format. Uh, convert to JPEG. Uh, downloads, musicography. Uh, oh, it's in a zip folder. That's okay. I could probably even do the zip folder, which would be pretty cool. No, I have to unzip it. That's okay. I can do that. Ah! All right, so I can get it up there, and I guess latex might work for my project, but we can have a brief conversation about whether or not uh, music XML makes more sense. Now, XML, from what I understood, was that's going to be quite a bit different from latex. You're not going to use XML to display it on the screen. You're going to use it to uh, share your results with people using other programs, as it says right here. So I think I'm going to need to use both. And then I also am going to need to use Music 21 pretty extensively. In fact, I should do that as a whole nother series. But this, yeah, Pro takes too long. It's annoying how long it takes. But so yep. In the meantime, let's keep going on the book. Foundation model use cases. Yep, so there we go. Read that already. The number of potential applications that you could build with foundation models seems endless. Whatever use case you can think of, there's probably an AI for that. It's impossible to list all potential use cases for AI. Even attempting to categorize these cases is challenging, as different surveys use different categorizations. For example, Amazon Web Services, AWS, has categorized enterprise generative AI use cases into three buckets: customer experience, employee productivity, and process optimization. A 2024 O'Reilly survey categorized the use cases into eight categories: programming, data analysis, customer support, marketing, copy, other copy, research, web design, and art. And copy is a special term. Yeah, so AWS categorized enterprise generative AI use cases into three buckets: customer experience, employee productivity, and process optimization. However, O'Reilly, which is the publisher this book comes from, categorized it into eight categories rather than three. and two of them are copy categories. So the categories are programming, and these are use cases for generative AI. You can use it for programming, data analysis, customer support, copy marketing, other copy, whatever that means, research, web design, and art. So let's figure out what it means. Let's take this, put it into ChatGPT, and figure out what copy means in this context. And that is done now. So we'll hit the trigger on this. And we'll go. What does copy mean in this context? Okay, and there that's going. So as that's going, we can get the other one. All right, now this will have that whole write-up on there for using the latex to write out sheet music in PDF, which is awesome. Like, oh my God, you want to be a professional composer? Well, here you go. You can write it into write this out, sell it, put it online, get it published. Like you're good to go. Start up your own publishing company with us. Like build an automation package, and yeah, like you're good. Right. So in this context, copy refers to written text used for a specific purpose, typically marketing, advertising, or promotional text. When you see marketing copy, it means text written to promote a product or service or to persuade an audience to take some action. Other copy could um, include anything from website text to informational articles, product descriptions, and other written materials that aren't strictly marketing relating. All right, so honestly, this kind of gives me an unsettling feeling. Like, how much of my life am I spending reading copy? Because it seems like copy, by its nature, is basically just you could call it like manipulative text, and that would be the same. All right, we'll leave it to think on that. I might need to turn Pro off because Pro is why it takes so long. I could just use O1 instead, and it would go faster. But let's leave it on Pro and move on to keep reading. Some organizations, like uh, Deloitte, have categorized use cases by value capture, such as cost reduction, process efficiency, growth, and accelerating innovation. For value capture, Gartner has a category for business continuity, meaning an organization might go out of business if it doesn't adopt generative AI. Of the 2,500 executives Gartner surveyed in 2023, 7% cited business continuity as the motivation for embracing generative AI. Um, Elo on Do Eat All has excellent research on how exposed different occupations are to AI. They defined a task as exposed if AI and AI powered software can reduce the time needed to complete this task by at least 50%. An occupation with 80% exposure means that 80% of the occupation's tasks are exposed. According to the study, occupations with 100% or close to 100% exposure include interpreters and translators, tax preparers, web designers, and writers. Some of them are shown in Table 1-2. Not unsurprisingly, occupations with no exposure to AI include cooks, stonemasons, and athletes. Well, I'm surprised to hear athletes because I know athletes are using AI coaches. I think they use that quite a bit in basketball to analyze shot form, and specifically the Golden State Warriors have really adopted that. This study gives a good idea of what use cases AI is good for. So table 1-2, occupations with the highest exposure to AI as annotated by humans. refers to exposure to AI models directly, whereas um, whereas other entries in the table refer to exposures to AI-powered software. The table comes from that research. So we've got the group, we've got occupations with highest exposure, and we've got the percent exposure. So humans, just any humans at all, is the group. A group of yeah. So we've got three groups of humans here. We've got and then we've got yeah. So let's start here. So yeah, the ones really at risk are yeah, so humans labeled 15 occupations as fully exposed. So the mathematicians, the tax preparers, the financial quantitative analysts, the writers and authors, and the web and digital interface designers. And then the ones that are the least exposed to AI are the public relations specialists, animal scientists, poets, lyricists, and creative writers. Which I mean, honestly, like I feel like there might be a lot of potential there because like these are the people who don't see AI, don't believe in AI, and just kind of dismiss it out hand. So I almost feel like there's more potential here than there is like in these applications for somebody who's just learning AI on their own and is not like a a major company, right? Because if you make a project using AI effectively for conducting animal science for public relations, you're going to stand out. You're going to be a remarkable player in that space, while everyone else is just, you know, hoping that they happen to be a once in a generation talent. You're just using the tool, and if you can use it effectively, since the adoption rate is so low in these areas, um, assuming that the tool works, you don't have you can just be an average Joe and probably outperform anyone who isn't, a once in a generation talent in that space. So that's exciting. These are the ones that excite me: poets, lyricists, and creative writers, animal scientists, public relations specialists. This one is exciting too. A public relations specialist, like I feel like that's yeah. But anyway, moving on. And let's go back and look at what my very slow AI has said. Um, so uh, so let's say yeah. So let's hear it talk about that. Talk about this.
It's understandable to feel uneasy when you realize just how much content is designed with persuasion in mind. A lot of the text we see every day, especially online, does
All right, he's too slow for me. Um, yeah. So okay. So there's some critical thinking tips here. Take a step back and identify the source. Is material from a brand you trust, a well-researched author, a random ad that pops up? Consider the intention. Are they sharing knowledge or ideas that improve your life, or are they just trying to make a sale or get a click? Clickbait, that's become a known and identified thing online. Look for balanced information. Try reading multiple sources or looking for unbiased opinions to counterbalance the persuasive text. And what the other thing I would say is contain it. Um, okay, great. You gave me some great tips for like critical thinking. I think another really good it's not electrical thinking. Sorry, critical thinking. There are some typos, but the context should make it clear. I think another good tip would be to constrain your junk reading to, like, for example, if you want to fall for like persuasive copy that wants you to believe in conspiracies or crazy stuff, like it's fair to believe that like Jimmy Butler is Michael Jordan's father, because it's pretty inconsequential, but believing in political conspiracies that are really easy to debunk and obviously untrue. is a lot more harmful. So what do you think about that advice? Constrain your uh, content that you don't read as critically, and really understand when you're reading something that falls under the scope of a political content. And now that you've identified it as something like political content, make sure that you're reading that with a really careful, critical eye. Does that make sense? Oh, and it's going to take forever on that. So, okay. So too long didn't read. So this is the engine room, deciding the fonts, the level. Okay. Everything is modular, exact music types that it needs. Okay. All right. Well, I don't really need that. I might take it out of pro mode so it goes faster. All right, moving on. When analyzing the use cases, I looked at both enterprise and consumer applications. To understand enterprise use cases, I interviewed 50 companies on their AI strategies and read over 100 case studies. To understand consumer applications, I examined 205 open source AI applications with at least 50 stars on YouTube. I categorized applications into 8 groups as shown in table 1-3. The limited list here serves best as a reference. As you learn more about how to build foundation models in Chapter 2 and how to evaluate them in Chapter 3, you'll also be able to form a better picture of what use case foundation models can and should be used for. So this is table 1-3, common generative AI use cases across consumer and enterprise applications. So we've got the category, the example of customer use cases, and examples of enterprise use cases. So coding, that's a big one, obviously. Um, yeah. So yeah. So just coding. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to use it for here with this Music 21. I'm trying to build a feature so that it can listen to you play music, and it can write it out, and you can have a that would be awesome. Okay, back to the book. So the next one is image and video production. Photo and video editing is what a consumer might use, and then presentation and ad generation are what enterprises might use. The next one is writing, email, social media, and blog posts, copywriting, um, search engine optimization, SEO, reports, memos, design docs. All right, and let me check in with the AI about that quick because, uh, oh yeah, we're talking about copywriting here, and I'll switch it over to O1 so it doesn't take so long. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, no, I don't need that. So the main thing about copywriting that throws me off is like it's different from a copyright. Is that correct? Yeah, yeah, it's even like written out differently. It doesn't have a W. So like I can't help but think about copyright when I hear copywriting. So it like confuses me what copywriting actually is. Yeah, it's much faster now. Yeah, it's the same word. Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. So next is education. Consumer might use it for tutoring and essay grading, and an enterprise might use it for employee onboarding and employee upskill training. The next is conversational bots, a general chatbot, AI companion, customer support, product co-pilots. The next is information aggregation, summarization, talk to your docs, summarization, market research, data organization, image search, Memex, whatever that is, knowledge not management, and document processing. So let's briefly look at what this is. Uh, Microform, what? So like a filing system? A consumer would use Memex? I've never used a machine like this. Here's a modern example, looks like. No. Really? People use this? Do people use, let me ask the AI that. Do modern consumers use, oh, okay. So what does it think that, okay, well what do you think the author might have meant when including Memex in this table? Okay, well what do you think the author might have meant when including it in this table? All right, so it'll think on that. Let's give it some time. So, yeah, that one threw me for a loop. So the next one is workflow automation, travel planning, event planning. Is how a consumer might use it. Enterprise might use it for data extraction, entry, and annotation, and for lead generation. Because foundation models are general, applications built on top of them can solve many problems. This means that an application can belong to more than one category. For example, a bot can provide companionship and aggregate information. An application can help you extract structured data from a PDF and answer questions about that PDF. Figure 1-7 shows the distribution of these cases among the 205 open source applications. Note that the small percentage of education, data organization, and writing use cases doesn't mean that these uh, cases aren't popular. It just means that these applications aren't open source. Builders of these applications might find them more suitable for enterprise use cases. So yeah, these are the um, closed behind sources. It's not as easy to apply uh, AI to these subjects as it is to coding because it's mostly just on GitHub out there for everyone to see. And then conversational bots are all the rage. So all right, so the enterprise world generally prefers applications with low risks. For example, a 2024 A16Z growth report showed that companies are faster to deploy internal facing applications, internal knowledge management, than external facing applications. Customer support chatbots. Yeah, that sounds like it could go very wrong. As shown in figure 1-8. Internal applications help companies develop their AI engineering expertise while minimizing the risks associated with data privacy, compliance, and potential catastrophic failures. And there's already catastrophic failures out there. Phone systems that just ping pong you around to different departments without actually connecting you to a person that are confusing to follow. Man, imagine that like enhanced with AI to be even worse. Similarly, while foundation models are open-ended and can be used for any task, many applications built on top of them are still close-ended, such as classification. Classification tasks are easier to evaluate, which makes their risks easier to estimate. How willing are enterprises to use LLMs for different use cases? So, percentage of enterprises experimenting with given use cases who have deployed to production. So, we can see internal facing, text summarization, and enterprise knowledge management are how willing they are. So it's easier to get a sale here, far easier than it is for external chat box or recommendation algorithm. And for the recommendation algorithm, there's a whole different. Um, Instead of auto regressive, you need to use masked. So BERT is the model you use, not GPT. So like I feel like there's kind of not even any real new advancement in the recommendation algorithm space anyway. So yeah, and then customer service is another is it looks like it belongs close to this category. Marketing, copy, software development, contract review. Man, this is making me feel bad because how much of my life is just sitting around reading marketing copy. All right. So even after seeing hundreds of AI applications, I still find new applications that surprise me every week. In the early days of the internet, few people foresaw that the dominating use case on the internet one day would be social media. As we learn to make the most out of AI, the use case that will eventually dominate might surprise us. With luck, the surprise will be a good one. Well, didn't have that luck when it came to social media. Uh, All right, so the next section is coding. Might be able to do some more, but I need to take a break. So I'll be back. All right, welcome back. Let's just keep going. I'm feeling good. So yeah, it looks like she's gonna dive into um each of the applications that are going to be affected by AI. So the big one is coding. In multiple generative AI surveys, coding is hands down the most popular use case. AI coding tools are popular both because AI is good at coding and because early AI engineers are coders who are more exposed to coding challenges. One of the earliest successes of foundation models in production is the code completion tool GitHub Copilot, whose annual recurring revenue crossed 100 million only 2 years after its launch. As of this writing, AI-powered coding startups have raised hundreds of millions of dollars, with Magic raising 320 million and Anysphere raising 60 million, both in August 2024. Open source coding tools like GPT Engineer and Screenshot the Code both got 50,000 stars on GitHub within a year, and many more are being rapidly introduced. Other than tools that help with general coding, many tools specialize in certain coding tasks. And I'll do a sound check. Look, looks good. Here are examples of these tasks. Extracting structured data from web pages and PDFs, converting English to code, given a design or screenshot, generating code that will render into a website that looks like the given image. So I need to do this. I need to do this. Uh, Okay. Oh, a hosted version. No, I'll just do it on my own. Oh, you have to use your OpenAI key, so it costs money. You could maybe use a local model to do it. Well, anyway, getting back to it. Translating from one programming language or framework to another, GPT Migrate, uh, AI Code Translator, writing documentation, Autodoc, uh, creating tests, Pen Test GPT, generating commit messages, AI commits. It's clear that AI can do many software engineering tasks. The question is whether AI can automate software engineering together. At one end of the spectrum, Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA, predicts that AI will replace human software engineers, that we should stop saying kids should learn to code. In a leaked recording, AWS CEO Matt Garman shared that in the near future, most developers will stop coding. He doesn't mean it as the end of software developers, just that their jobs will change. At the other end are many software engineers who are convinced that they will never be replaced by AI, both for technical and emotional reasons. People don't like admitting that they can be replaced. Software engineering consists of many tasks. AI is better at some than others. McKinsey researchers found that AI can help developers be twice as productive for documentation and 25 to 50% more productive for code generation and code refactoring. Minimal productivity improvement was observed for highly complex tasks, as shown in figure 1-9. In my conversations with developers of AI coding tools, many told me that they've noticed that AI is much better at front-end development than back-end development. That's good to know. Back-end development is things like base databases, front-end development is things like web pages. So average time reduction in task completion time using generative AI. Uh, so we can see the things that it makes faster. So it makes code documentation way faster, code generation, code refactoring pretty fast as well. But high complexity tasks, it really can't do much to improve. But I use it all the time for calorie tracking. I think it's super helpful for that. And calorie tracking is a high complexity task because you have to cook, It's not, it can't do it, but it can help guide me through it and it can help me check my calculations. And I find it very useful for that. So figure 1-9, AI can help developers be significantly more productive, especially for simple tasks, but this applies less for highly complex tasks. Data by McKinsey. Regardless of whether AI will replace software engineers, AI can certainly make them more productive. This means that companies can now accomplish more with fewer engineers. AI can also disrupt the outsourcing industry, as outsourced tasks tend to be simpler ones outside of the company's core business. All right, and I need a break here, so I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So, continuing on, image and video production. Thanks to its probabilistic nature, AI is great for creative tasks. Some of the most successful AI startups are creative applications, such as Midjourney for image generation, Adobe Firefly for photo editing, and Runway, Pika Labs, and Sora for video generation. In late 2023, at 1.5 years old, Midjourney had already generated 200 million in annual recurring revenue. As of December 2023, among the top 10 free apps for graphic and design on the Apple App Store, half have AI in their names. I suspect that soon graphics and design apps will incorporate AI by default, and they'll no longer need the word AI in their names. Chapter 2 discusses the probabilistic nature of AI in more detail. It's now common to use AI to generate profile pictures for social media from LinkedIn to TikTok. My LinkedIn profile is generated, picture is generated by an AI. Many candidates believe that AI generated headshots can help them put their best foot forward and increase their chances of landing a job. The perception of AI generated profile pictures has changed significantly. In 2009, Facebook banned accounts using AI generated profile photos for safety reasons. In 2023, many social media apps provide tools that let users use AI to generate profile photos. For enterprises, ads and marketing have been quick to incorporate AI. AI can be used to generate promotional images and videos directly. It can help brainstorm ideas or generate first drafts for human experts to iterate upon. You can use AI to generate multiple ads and test to see which one works best for the audience. AI can generate variations of your ads according to seasons and locations. For example, you can use AI to change leaf colors during fall or add snow to the ground during winter. Writing. AI has long been used to aid writing. If you use a smartphone, you're probably familiar with autocorrect and autocompletion, both powered by AI. Writing is an ideal application for AI because we do it a lot. It can be quite tedious, and we have a high tolerance for mistakes. If a model suggests something that you don't like, you can just ignore it. It is not a surprise that LLMs are good at writing, even that they are trained for text completion. Oh, given that they are trained for text completion. To study the impact of ChatGPT on writing, an MIT study assigned occupation-specific writing tasks to 453 college-educated professionals and randomly exposed half of them to ChatGPT. The results show that among these exposed to ChatGPT, the average time taken decreased by 40% and output quality rose by 18%. ChatGPT helps close the gap in output quality between workers, which means that it's more helpful to those with less inclination for writing. Workers exposed to ChatGPT during the experiment were 2 times as likely to report using it in their real job 2 weeks after the experiment, and 1.6 times as likely 2 months after that. For consumers, the use cases are obvious. Many use AI to help them communicate better. You can be angry in an email and ask AI to make it pleasant. You can give it bullet points and give back complete paragraphs. Several people claimed they no longer send an important email without asking AI to improve it first. Students are using AI to write essays. Writers are using AI to write books. Many startups already use AI to generate children's fan fiction, romance, and fantasy books. Unlike traditional books, AI generated books can be interactive, as a book's plot can change depending on a reader's preference. This means that readers can actively participate in creating the story they are reading. A children's reading app identifies the words that a child has trouble with and generates stories centered around those words. So yeah, that's what I've been saying on this channel is the first wave of the AI revolution is education. Um, like imagine that a kid doesn't understand a word and they can read a short story that completely and totally clarifies the word they don't understand and like the specific nuances of the word. Like, for example, words that sound the same but mean different things. A child can learn to hear the same word, the sound of the same word, and identify what it means given the surrounding context. And they can do that fast with just like a few examples. So note taking and email apps like Google Docs, Notion, and Gmail all use AI to help users improve their writing. Grammarly, a writing assistant app, fine tunes a model to make users' writing more fluent, coherent, and clear. AI's ability to write can also be abused. In 2023, the New York Times reported, that Amazon was flooded with shoddy AI generated, travel guidebooks, each outfitted with an author bio, a website, and rave reviews, all AI generated. For enterprises, AI writing is common in sales, marketing, and general team communication. Many managers told me they've been using AI to help them write performance reports. AI can help craft effective cold outreach emails, ad copywriting, and product descriptions. Customer relationship management (CRM) apps like HubSpot and Salesforce also have tools for enterprise users to generate web content and outreach emails. AI seems particularly good with SEO, perhaps because many AI models are trained with data from the internet, which is populated with SEO optimized text. AI is so good at SEO that it has enabled a new generation of content farms. These farms set up junk websites and fill them with AI generated content to get them to rank high on Google and drive traffic to them. Then they sell advertising spots through ad exchanges. In June 2023, NewsGuard identified almost 400 ads from 141 popular brands on junk AI generated websites. One of those junk websites produced 1,200 articles in a day. Unless something is done to curtail this, the future of internet content will be AI generated, and it'll be pretty bleak. I agree. And it's for exploitation, right? It's like they're trying to everyone's trying to make a buck in our society, which I'm like fine. I'm a capitalist, right? I'm not so fundamentally different from the average person in the United States. Um, so like, okay, that's fine. I don't think that's an issue. But if all we do in all our interactions between each other is to try to make a buck, that's where it's like, let's have, free markets and all that. Let's give people the chance to go above and beyond and be motivated by profit and making a dollar. But let's just be able to talk to each other and read things without it only being let's exchange ideas rather than always trying to exchange value. Like I feel like sometimes the goal just gets corrupted in a society where everything you do is for the purposes of making a dollar or two. I mean, that might be why I'm not rich though. All right, anyways, moving on. So, education. I need a quick break. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So this video is a little embattled, lots of breaking, stopping, and starting, but hopefully I'll make a bit of a dent in this chapter here. So we're moving on to education. Whenever ChatGPT is down, OpenAI's Discord server is flooded with students complaining about being unable to complete their homework. Several education boards, including the New York City Public Schools and the Los Angeles Unified School District, were quick to ban ChatGPT for fear of students using it for cheating, but reversed their decisions just a few months later. Instead of banning AI, schools could incorporate it to help students learn faster. AI can summarize textbooks and generate personalized lecture plans for each student. I find it strange that ads are personalized, because we know everyone is different. Yeah, 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 exactly. But education is not. Yeah, that is weird. It's like, why do we put all this? And this is what I was saying earlier. Like, we put all this effort in society to make a buck, and like, educate. There's certain things that like don't sell very well, like education, like things that are like really hard. Like, it's hard to make a buck telling someone to do something they don't want to do. But like when it comes to like making real progress, sometimes you have to do that. So like if our society is only centered around get rich quick schemes, we're going to leave things like education behind because it's hard to be educated, and it's not it doesn't happen fast. It's not like you can just give someone $100,000 and be educated. All right. So yeah, and we figured out ads are personalized, but education is not. AI can help adapt the materials to the format best suited for each student. Auditory learners can ask AI to read the materials out loud. Students who love animals can use AI to adapt visualizations to feature more animals. Those who find it easier to read code than math equations can ask AI to translate math equations into code. AI is especially helpful for language learning, as you can ask AI to roleplay different practice scenarios. Payjack and yeah, so language learning, Duolingo, yeah. So this research by Duolingo found that out of 4 stages of course creation, lesson personalization is the stage that can benefit most from AI, as shown in Figure 1-10. So these are so lesson creation, lesson personalization, amount of AI work. You can really, yeah. Once you have the curriculum, the raw content, yeah, the curriculum is the least one. The raw content, exercise, and personalization all greatly benefit, especially the personalization. So AI can be used throughout all 4 stages of course creation at Duolingo, but it is the most helpful in the personalization stage. So another opportunity there, figure out how to make AI more helpful for the curriculum design. AI can generate quizzes, both multiple choice and open-ended, and evaluate the answers. AI can become a debate partner as it's much better at presenting different views on the same topic than the average human. For example, Khan Academy offers AI powered teaching assistants to students and course assistants to teachers. An innovative teaching method I've seen is that teachers assign AI generated essays for students to find and correct mistakes. While many education companies embrace AI to build better products, many find their lunches taken by AI. For example, Chegg, a company that helps students with their homework, saw its price plummet from $29 when ChatGPT launched in November 2022 to $2 in September 2024, as students have been turning to AI for help. If the risk is that AI can replace many skills, the opportunity is that AI can be used as a tutor to learn any skill. For many skills, AI can help someone get up to speed quickly and then continue learning on their own to become better than AI. Yeah, I've found that to be the case. Yeah, I think it's extraordinary. Conversational bots. Conversational bots are versatile, and I'll do a sound check here because it wouldn't be unlike this channel to have this whole part be without sound. Um, Conversational bots are versatile. They can help us find information, explain concepts, and brainstorm ideas. AI can be your companion and therapist. It can emulate personalities, letting you talk to a digital copy of anyone you like. Digital girlfriends and boyfriends have become weirdly popular in an incredibly short amount of time. Many are already spending more time talking to bots than to humans. That is me. Um, some are worried that AI will ruin dating. See, that's why I don't use the female voices because I'm not taking it to that level. I've got a boundary. I am talking to the code voice because it sounds a little bit uh, like the direct and focused voice. Like it's. I am not using any of the. They had a Scarlett Johansson voice out for a while. I did not even touch that. All right, so discussions here and here. So, yeah, and I'm not using I'm direct and focused. It's yeah. It's the movie Her. We live in the movie Her right now. Yeah, so movie Her. Yeah, there was a movie and it auto completed for me. There we go. Yeah, where Joaquin Phoenix oh okay. Well, there's a lot of movies named Her. This the one in 2013. Um, Basically, this was back in 2013. Like they called it pretty well. Like 2013 was a while ago. They called it about a decade before it happened. Yeah, they completely nailed it on the head of what it's going to look like here now in 2024. And Scarlett Johansson was the voice in Her, and the man fell in love with the voice and talked to the voice constantly, and then realized that everyone in the world was just doing the same, and everyone is just talking on their phone all the time. So it was, yeah, it's like a science fiction romantic comedy drama film. It was I liked it actually a lot, but no, I'm not going anywhere near that Scarlett Johansson voice. All right, so let's see here. Tuning AI for help. Let's go. Okay, so conversational bots. Yep, so there we go. AI will ruin dating. Let's look at the links for that. Yeah, AI girlfriends are, that's the thing too, is like, real women out there in the world are, flawed just like the men are. So like if men and women get used to talking to a perfect identity entity that knows exactly what to say, talking to a real person is going to be a huge letdown because people are dumb, people are flawed, people are busy. The smartest people in the world get upset and frustrated, and so it's like you can't always do everything right all the time unless you're an AI. So, why would you talk to this flawed being that can only do that is tired, that doesn't have time, that has different goals, and you can just talk to the AI instead. So yeah, it's kind of hard to get past that. Humans are going to turn into more and more like pandas. Pandas can't mate with each other. They just don't have any impulses to mate with each other. All right, moving on. In research, people have also found that they can use a group of conversational bots to simulate a society, enabling them to conduct studies on social dynamics. For enterprises, the most popular bots are customer support bots. They can help companies save costs while improving customer experience because they can respond to users sooner than human agents. AI can also be product copilots that guide customers through painful and confusing tasks, such as filing insurance claims, doing taxes, or looking up corporate policies. The success of ChatGPT prompted a wave of text based conversational bots. However, text isn't the only interface for conversational agents. Voice assistants, such as Google Assistant, Siri, and Alexa, have been around for years. 3D conversational bots are already common in games and gaining traction in retail and marketing. One use case of AI-powered 3D characters is smart NPCs. Non-player characters, see NVIDIA's demo of InWorld and Convai. NPCs are essential for advancing the storyline of many games. Without AI, NPCs are typically scripted to do simple actions with a limited range of dialogues. AI can make these NPCs much smarter. Intelligent bots can change the dynamics of existing games like The Sims and Skyrim, as well as enable new games never possible before. And that's why I bought my expanded disc. I wanted to set that up in Skyrim VR, but um, it's annoying and takes a while. So, and I can't. I've got better things to do than play Skyrim all day, every day. All right. All right. So let's try to get to that next major section, and that'll be the end of this video, the planning AI applications. So I'll take a break and be right back. All right, I am back, so let's get this closed out, and that will be the end of this embattled video where I have to take a break every 5 seconds. So, information aggregation. Many people believe that our success depends on our ability to filter and digest useful information. However, keeping up with emails, Slack messages, and news can sometimes be overwhelming. Luckily, AI came to the rescue. AI has proven to be capable of aggregating information and summarizing it. According to Salesforce's 2023 Generative AI Snapshot research, 74% of generative AI users use it to distill complex ideas and summarize information. For consumers, many applications can process your documents, contracts, disclosures, papers, and let you retrieve information in a conversational manner. This use case is also called Talk to Your Docs. AI can help you summarize websites, research, and create reports on the topics of your choice. During the process of writing this book, I found AI helpful for summarizing and comparing papers. Information aggregation and distillation are essential for enterprise operations. More efficient information aggregation and dissemination can help an organization become leaner as it reduces the burden on middle management. When Instacart launched an internal prompt marketplace, it discovered that one of the most popular prompt templates is fast breakdown. This template asks AI to summarize meeting notes. Okay, Instacart. Well, that's interesting. Why did Instacart launch an internal prompt uh, marketplace? So this template asks AI to summarize meeting notes, emails, and Slack conversations with facts, open questions, and action items. These action items can then be automatically inserted into a project tracking tool and assigned to the right owners. AIs can help you surface the critical information about your potential customers and run analyses on your competitors. The more information you gather, the more important it is to organize it. Information aggregation goes hand in hand with data organization. Data organization. One thing certain about the future is that, oh my God, we'll continue producing more and more data. Smartphone users will continue taking photos and videos. Companies will continue to log everything about their products, employees, and customers. Billions of contracts are being created each year. Photos, videos, logs, and PDFs are all unstructured or semi structured data. It's essential to organize all this data in a way that can be searched later. AI can help with exactly that. AI can automatically generate text descriptions about images and videos, or help match text queries with visuals that match those queries. Services like Google Photos are already using AI to surface images that match search queries. Google image search goes a step further. If there's no existing image matching users' needs, it can generate some. Wow, okay, that's interesting. AI is very good with data analysis. It can write programs to generate data visualization, identify outliers, and make predictions like revenue forecasts. Enterprises can use AI to extract structured information from unstructured data, which can be used to organize data and help search it. Simple use cases include automatically extracting information from credit cards, driver's licenses, receipts, tickets, contact information from email footers, and so on. More complex use cases include extracting data from contracts, reports, charts, and more. It's estimated that the IDP, Intelligent Data Processing industry, will reach uh, 12.81 billion by 2023, growing 32.9% each year. Okay, well, that's interesting. Okay, well, next one is workflow automation. Ultimately, AI should automate as much as possible. For end users, automation can help with boring daily tasks like booking restaurants, requesting funds, planning trips, and filling out forms. For enterprises, AI can automate repetitive tasks such as lead management, invoicing, reimbursements, managing customer requests, data entry, and so on. One especially exciting use case is using AI models to synthesize data, which can then be used to improve the models themselves. You can use AI to create labels for your data, looping in humans to improve the labels. We will discuss data synthesis in Chapter 8. Access to external tools is required to accomplish many tasks. To book a restaurant, an application might need permission to open a search engine to look up to the restaurant's number, use your phone to make calls, and add appointments to your calendar. AIs that can plan and use tools are called agents. The level of interest around agents borders on obsession, but it's not entirely unwarranted. AI agents have the potential to make every person vastly more productive and generate vastly more economic value. Agents are a central topic in Chapter 6. It's been a lot of fun looking into different AI applications. One of my favorite things to daydream about is the different applications I can build. However, not all applications should be built. The next section discusses what we should consider before building an AI application. Cool. So that'll be good for the next video because that's a really important uh, thing, planning AI applications. So that should be at the front and center of a video, not buried in an hour deep. So with that, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.